Welcome back to Mass Effect 3, everyone. So, we went to rescue or investigate the Rachni problem that this Krogan scouting team had gone to investigate. It turned out Grunt was leading the squad there. We made our way down through the caverns, and it turned out the Rachni Queen that we rescued had been captured by the Reapers. But she didn't seem to be indoctrinated, although we could quite easily have been conned, but we decided to let her free, and it looked like Grunt had to stay back to protect us and bolster our escape. It looked like he sacrificed himself, but then he showed up at the end, injured, granted, but still alive, which felt like a little bit of a cop-out, but still nice to have him back, right? I imagine that the war assets are slightly different depending on what you do. I imagine you get the full Krogan scout team if you choose to leave the Queen behind, but she could prove to be a valuable asset in terms of the amount of Rachni that could go to war, but she could also, I don't know, we're saving a whole race, right? Do you know what I mean? Just by having her alive. Okay, so we've got a message from Anderson, so we need to speak to him.
Shepard. So I imagine by now you've wiped the galaxy clean of Reapers and we can all come up for air?
Not quite. There have been a few complications.
Aren't there always? Hackett filled me in on the Crucible. Sounds like you've got some knots to untangle.
We helped Kaylee Sanders.
I'm just glad I could take care of one of them for you. I gather you and Kaylee Sanders were close?
I owe you for that one, Shepard. Kaylee and I met almost 20 years ago. We even had a run-in with Saren in his early days. She and I were more than close.
Yeah, we
She
guessed.
misses you.
I miss her. End of the world has a way of reminding you what you forgot to do. Maybe when the war's over, Kaylee and I will do something about that.
Isn't he married?
You'll see her soon.
I can hope. But you've got a bigger problem right now. Like a galaxy full of scared bureaucrats.
I swear we read something in the second game about his son and about his wife in California. Right? His son was going to university and he couldn't go back to see his graduation or something. I mean, maybe Kaylee was before his marriage, but if his son's gone to university and he's saying that Kaylee was 20 years ago, I mean, there's a bit of an overlap there. Big Dog Anderson. Yeah, it's part of the job, the bureaucracy, though.
It's what you hired me to do.
Mostly you were hired to kill Reapers. I hope you haven't been sidetracked by all the politics.
Nothing I can't handle. What about you? What's happening on Earth?
I'll spare you the details. But let's just say a lot of cities around the world have stopped checking in.
That bad?
You and I knew what we were in for, but everyone else? I don't think the shock's worn off yet.
Are you safe?
That changes by the hour. I caught a shuttle evac out of Vancouver, and now we're running from foxhole to foxhole just trying to stay alive.
What about the Reapers?
They're harvesting everything that moves. They're focusing on the big cities, which does give us some room to maneuver.
You think you can hang on?
Hell, we're still just trying to talk to each other. Right now, all we can do is organize the resistance at a local level. No lack of volunteers, at least. Everybody knows what's at stake.
Yeah, we've not forgotten about you and Earth, Anderson, don't worry.
I don't know how we'll win this yet, but we will. Even if it kills me.
Well, you've already died once, and that didn't slow you down. But let's not tempt fate. Keep yourself safe, Shepard.
You too.
You too, sir.
We'll talk again soon. Anderson out.
Doesn't it kind of look like he's like sponsored by Monster? The 3 lines on his hat and his thing kind of look like the green, like we're playing Death Stranding or something. Okay, right, so we're going to need to check in with everyone because we just completed a pretty big mission. Let's check our war assets quickly. So we've gained Rachni workers, okay. Not at all mindless insects, the Rachni are capable of feats of engineering comparable with any sentient species. While initially greeted with suspicion, the Rachni workers dispatched to the Crucible have integrated into the project smoothly. They work especially well on tasks that benefit from group work, and senior Crucible staff members are learning to trust the Rachni with more complex problems. Wow! I was not expecting that at all. Interesting. And we picked up Grunt, the perfect Krogan, was thrown into the world without a past, a name, or a cause. After destroying the Collectors with Commander Shepard, Grunt returned to Tuchanka to learn what it meant to be Krogan. After countless arguments and brawls, the clans have granted Grunt a modicum of acceptance. Tough, wary and cunning, the young Krogan knows this experience will pay off now that it's time to fight the Reaper's forces. So maybe we would have got more Krogan.
Commander, that was a skillful operation back on Sur'Kesh, extracting the female Krogan.
I had help. Warden Solus knew what he was doing.
Yes, Garrus mentioned the Doctor was on your mission through the Omega-4 relay. I'm surprised a Solarian cares about the Krogan.
War is full of surprises.
Rarely the good kind. I'm just happy this one played to our advantage.
That's all.
Okay, nothing new.
Of course, Commander.
I really like Victus though. He seems like a good guy.
Need something, Shepard?
Not
That's
now.
it for now, Rex. Let's get back to work.
Yeah.
Something wrong?
Mordin. He got his tissue sample from me, alright.
Scared of needles. From the
Let's
arse.
just say scalpels were never meant to cut where he cut.
Yes. A probe. Oops. Everyone looks like they're in the set. Oh wait, no. Garrus is in the lounge. We'll go and check in with everyone, but my plan is to go to the Krogan DMZ, so... It probably isn't the DMZ anymore, right?
You hear we had to evac another colony? We're losing a lot. Don't hear about the Reapers losing much.
Well, Reapers don't have colonies. Neither does Cerberus. If they did, we could drop an asteroid on them.
Well, the Protheans just nuked their own worlds at certain
Commander,
points, right?
Cerberus is attacking civilians on Benning. We've been asked to help evacuate the planet.
We need to do that for another quest as well, right? Okay.
You know, my lab studied the Rachni. Long-distance communication with no time lag, the ability to control workers, and at close range, the Queen can even speak through dead or dying members of other species.
Mm-hmm.
Glad they're on our side.
If we can develop instant long-range communication without quantum entanglement, maybe when this war is over.
Good point, Trainer. I guess that's resolves the issue of whether she was indoctrinated or not, right? Because she's already helping. Oh. Oh, she didn't say we had a message, did she? Okay.
Don't worry, Edie. Once the Krogan are gone, we'll get rid of the smell.
She can't smell.
While this body has
Oh, she
olfactory sensors, I do not have positive or negative associations with any specific scent.
Yes.
Oh. Well, lucky you. How's Grunt? Our little tank baby's all grown up, huh?
Apparently he'll be on his feet and killing again in no time.
Well, you learn from the best, Commander. Every time he incinerates someone with a shotgun and does that little laugh, he'll think of you. Edie says it was Rachni down there?
Yeah.
I thought they were on our side after you saved the Queen on Novaria.
It wasn't her fault. She got captured. She's with us now.
Until the next time the Reapers sing a sour yellow note of whatever.
That's true.
Commander?
Where is she, though? Is she still on that planet, or is she in the cargo somewhere?
Shepard, I had a question about human behavior.
Yes.
Why is it you never have questions about Asari behavior or Turian behavior?
I tried asking Liara questions about the Asari bonding process. She said I do not guard the secrets of the Normandy's crew carefully enough for her to entrust me with such private information. The Asari word she used translates as blabbermouth.
You're
I
a
think
gossip.
she's become a more private person since becoming the Shadow Broker.
Tell me about it.
Hello, Shepard.
Oh, I thought we were going to tell you something. We run like we've got rickets. Okay. Let's just go and check out this little... We got some new pauldrons, right? Or shoulder pieces, whatever they're called. Shoulders. So that improves weapon damage and headshot damage. Oh, that I really like them. They look awesome. But they only do melee damage, right? That sucks. So Ariake would be pretty much all melee, right? Yeah, I'll take that. We've not got any new helmets, have we? No. Okay, let's go to the crew deck. So Garrus has moved, so...
Wasn't the first time we've faced Rachni.
Really? You've seen them before?
A few years back, on Noveria, Saren and his minions were trying to extract information from the Rachni Queen.
You saw the Queen?
Hell, we spoke to her.
You spoke? I can't imagine that. The things you've done, sir, they're amazing.
Well, it didn't seem that way at the time. Mostly, you're just clawing your way out of one mess and into another, hoping your ass comes along for the ride.
I like this.
Just one word, Shepard. Grunt. There'll be a lot more dead Reapers now. Siding with the giant spiders again, huh, Shepard? Let's hope this finally pays off. Most people have never even seen a Rachni. The Normandy, we're a regular safari tour.
So is she here? She's too big to be on the ship.
If I never see another spider again, I'll die a contented Turian. Unless they have spiders in the afterlife. Damn. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Maybe they do.
Stop beating yourself up. It was crazy of me to ask you to join the Normandy back then.
But I let you down. I let Shepard down. I let everyone listed on that memorial wall down. You had the courage to support Shepard. Joker did. Garrus and Tali did.
But Ashley didn't. Liara didn't. Were they cowards? I think not. Greg, you're one of the bravest and most loyal men I know. You were meant to be here, right now. We have a war to win. So clear your head and focus.
Okay, you win. It will not be mentioned again. Hello, Commander.
Commander.
There's a lot of guilt going around, right? I know there's no one here, but... Just the ghost of Samara.
Have we found any new engineers for the Crucible glyph?
5 ex-Sonax Industries scientists who attempted to reverse engineer Prothean technology stolen from planet Garvuk. They are technically still wanted by the Council for hiding Prothean technology. As well, Sonax's part in instigating an illegal war on Garvuk.
I'm sure the Council will forgive that for helping with the Crucible. Extend those scientists amnesty and an invitation.
Right away.
Good job, Glyph. An email from Dr. Locke to Admiral Hackett. Security almost opened fire on the Rachni when their ships pulled up to the Crucible, Admiral. I had to invoke your name more than once before they were let on board. They're following instructions, but my god, do I have to tell you how nervous everyone on the project is to see Rachni strutting down the halls? They almost give Professor Lau a fit. I'll let you know how our next staff meeting goes, Dr. Locke. Yeah, they're on board, man, so I guess decent decision. Okay, new Aralak company recruits. Okay. Still don't understand why they put a tank-grown freak in charge of a whole company. Grunt, laughter. And I don't understand why they gave me whining pyjacks for soldiers. I have more years on the battlefield than you have kills, Runt. Trying to mate with Solarian females doesn't count as fighting. No one talks to... Someone help him up. We move in an hour. Oh, hello.
Busy? I have time if you'd like to talk. In fact, I could use the distraction.
What's on your mind?
How long it took the Reapers to eradicate the Protheans, and how long they'll need for us. It took them centuries to conquer the Protheans. We're not quite so widespread, but it would still take at least 100 years. It's selfish, but I keep thinking that if we fail... I'm only 109, Shepard. I could live to see the entire cycle come to an end.
That young?
Only 109, huh?
I know. It must seem strange to complain about a 1,000-year lifespan. I used to think it was sad that most aliens live such short lives. Maybe it's not such a privilege to outlive so many. To witness so much death.
I mean, in that sense, right? Because the Krogan and the Asari both have such long lifespans. If they built an unscannable shelter similar to what the Protheans built, they could live through the cycle, technically, right? Because the Protheans that were put in stasis were shielded so that the Reapers couldn't scan their biosignatures, right? Their body heat. So they could technically live through it, right? If it took 100 years, that'd be nothing to a bunch of Krogan and Asari, right? Don't give up, Liara.
Or you could keep fighting.
That's not what I meant.
I know. It's just... difficult. Watching you get shot at out there. We finally have other leaders on our side, but none will take us as far as you can. Sometimes I wonder how you do it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess you'll help me through, Liara.
Every time the world's about to end, I think about how mad you'd get if I didn't stop it. I don't know if I could do this without you.
Flatterer.
I try.
I'll see you soon, Shepard.
That was nice, man.
I've never seen Krogan move with such purpose. It's a little terrifying. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming by.
Wish we could talk to Glyph more. I really like him. He's kind of like... I hope Mordin doesn't take this the wrong way, but he's kind of like the drone version of Mordin.
A pleasure to see you.
Yes.
Shepard, Eve ready for travel to Tuchanka.
What's new? Is all of this new?
How's she doing?
No fever currently. Heart rate elevated, likely stress. Eating appropriately. Could use another blanket, something soft. Prefer to let her recover fully before synthesizing cure. My medical recommendation.
My people don't have time for that.
No, we've heard this one.
Her opinion, somewhat different.
The Shroud. This is new, right?
What can you tell me about the Shroud?
Climate regulator. Counteracts radiation damage to Tuchanka's atmosphere from nuclear war. Particles emitted from main tower form layer that mitigates ultraviolet bombardment, prevents atmospheric escape of necessary elements.
And your people designed it?
And your people put it up?
Yes, when uplift process began. Demonstration of goodwill to Krogan, stabilize climate, impress population. Combined with technological gifts, easy to gain Krogan support against Rachni.
We've asked all the others.
Nice talking with you, Mordin.
We'll be here if you need me. Continuing to study Shroud in meantime.
Something else, Commander?
No, this is all repeats.
It's my pleasure, Commander.
Sorry to make you get off the bed again. Alright, let's go check in with our Prothean friend. Or is Grunt going to be in here now?
Commander, I did not expect to face the Rachni in this cycle, but I am not surprised.
You said you used them as weapons?
Biological proxies. It was before I was born, but every Prothean had heard the stories. When we knew of them, the Rachni spent their lives singing thoughts to each other. But our scientists were more interested in their biology. The Rachni were well suited to harsh conditions. So we bred them for violence, selecting the most cunning and warlike of the queens. Then we unleashed them upon our enemies. For a time, it worked, until they became too cunning and warlike and turned on us. We put them down before they could develop any further. We thought they had been exterminated. Yet it seems our experiment evolved into this cycle's nemesis.
Kind of. So maybe they were manipulated by the Protheans? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was the Reapers that caused the Rachni war.
There was no such thing as trusting the Rachni in our cycle. They were animals. But if they will fight the Reapers now, so be it. I am glad I met the Grunt Krogan. Living in his quarters, I have come to know him better. He will fight the Reapers with great ferocity. I would prefer to be alone. I would prefer to be alone.
Fine. I can't see Grunt on the map anywhere, so...
Gabby, is it true you helped repair Edie's mobile frame after that last mission?
She just needed an extra pair of hands. I am an engineer, remember?
Were oils and lubricants involved? Was there any moaning?
In your dreams, Kenneth.
If only my imagination was that good. Those FBA couplings you got us are still holding up. Nothing to report.
Shepard.
Okay. Let's check in on the useless journalist.
So, the Rachni, that must get your mouth watering.
Can't do a story. That's as classified as it gets.
I suppose it would cause a panic, but wouldn't the news drive up recruiting?
It might also piss off a Krogan with diplomatic immunity. No thanks. Commander.
Great, your existence continues to be pointless. Go talk to Steve-O and James.
The munitions you carry into the field deserve at least a triple check. Hello, Commander.
Picked up a fair bit of cash and a new shotgun, right?
Rachni? Of all the things that... It's like you got the opposite of a horseshoe up your ass.
Careful who you're talking to, buddy.
Grunt is crazier than you, and that's saying something. You're better. Ready when you are.
Sorry. I can't believe that. Sorry, I thought he'd stopped. Fuck. Alright. We got some... the shotgun is not a good option for us, I feel. Yeah, I feel like it's the fire rate is just atrocious. I know it's high damage, but I'm gonna forsake. I would kind of like this, but it's really heavy. The rate of fire on this Indra is really decent. I know it doesn't do a lot of damage, and I realise you were probably shouting at me in the last episode I didn't use my ammo. So maybe we try this pistol. It's a bit heavy, but I've upgraded this. Oh, this is level 4. Yeah, this is more for removing shields, isn't it? It allows us to use our powers quite a bit more, so I'm gonna go for that. There's something new here apparently. Don't like that armor at all. The Black Widow. The Alliance wanted to reduce the reload time of the original Widow rifle without sacrificing its stopping power. The solution was to increase the number of shots the gun could fire before it needed a fresh thermal clip. Heavy for a sniper rifle, but the Black Widow's firepower more than compensates for its encumbrance. I'm wondering if we've got any decent SMGs. Rapid fire rate offers an excellent suppressive fire. A disciplined marksman can use the fully automatic submachine gun to chew through targets with alarming speed. Alliance officers were also pleased with field results that the Hurricane is now many squadrons standard issue SMG. Shotgun, sniper, pistol. Okay. Oh god, that looks good. I need to spend more of my money. This Turian anti-material rifle is modified to kill Reaper enemies. The Crise's scope uses a rangefinder that adjusts to keep the target within proper proportion to the shooter, which comes in useful when the sniper is forced into close range. Its specialised ammunition is both armour-piercing and explosive. In a desperate move, the Turians released its specs over the extranet so that nearly anyone with a fabricator could manufacture this weapon to help the war effort. It's not too expensive, is it? Yeah, sure. I know I'm paying a bit of a premium, but whatever. Oh, these all look so good. The Raptor is a human version of a Turian weapon developed for conflict on the low-gravity world Amar. Fighting at longer ranges than expected, the Turians optimized a low-recoil semi-automatic rifle with the scope and issued it to their regular infantry, creating a hybrid weapon that was half assault rifle and half sniper rifle. Cerberus assigned the Raptor to Nemesis snipers. That is interesting. That armor is hideous. That would probably be good, right? For the SMGs. That armor is ridiculous, as is that. Oh, nice! Gauntlets! Yeah, thank you. Medigel capacity. Oh, scale models. The Venom shotgun. This is STG, yeah. Power damage, power recharge speed. Ultralight materials. Okay. Let's just go and check out those two sniper rifles because they look awesome. They're probably going to be heavy though. There's that one. So it's got a better rate of fire at base level and better damage. It's not as accurate, it's heavier and not as much of a magazine capacity. That does serious damage, has an awful rate of fire. Is incredibly accurate. That's more of a sniper rifle. This might be worth trying then. Yeah, more damage, thank you. Weapon weight's not too much of a concern while we're using the SMG. Increased damage, speed perception. The smoke thing I'm not really too bothered about. The accuracy is already pretty high. Okay, let's give the Raptor a try. Raptor. I know I'm wasting a lot of money, but... So is that level 4 now? Yeah, let's get one more. Alright, I'm down for that. Excellent. 6 points. So the turret, max out combat drone. I've no idea for the scope of how much 420 damage is. Armor piercing ammo. Ammo capacity, headshot damage. I'm not too accurate, am I, to be honest? I feel like I want to upgrade Bill, so there you go, Billy boy. Yeah, unless we go into fitness, I'm not really going to be... I'm going to be quite squishy, but if we're using the sniper rifle, we're backline, right? So we've got the Cerberus abductions, and we've got an actual priority mission now. Oh god, the episode's gotten long. Got a lot of Codex entries. Looking at the time on the episode, I feel like we just go through the Codex and then that'll be this episode, and then we'll go to Tuchanka for the Turians at the Cerberus lab, do the other Cerberus lab mission, sorry, Cerberus abductions mission, go to the Citadel, and then do priority mission. Yeah, I think that seems like a reasonable order. Okay, let's read the secondary entries first. Benning, we have got a side quest there as well. Okay, Benning was once a thriving human colony, but the Reapers have rounded up a large portion of the populace for processing. Some pockets of civilian resistance still elude the Reapers, however, and rescue attempts are underway. A resistance radio established during the early days of the attack continues to broadcast, exhorting survivors to band together and discussing rumours of safe havens. Unfortunately, those rumours have begun to result in ambushes, increasing the desperation of those who remain free. Through all this, Benning's automated agricultural systems have continued to operate, leading to unprecedented stores of food in the planet's granaries and warehouses. Okay, we need to get there sooner rather than later. Okay, the Shroud. What the Krogan call the Shroud is a technological remnant of the Solarian uplift. After Tuchanka's nuclear war released tons of smoke and dust into the atmosphere, the planet temporarily cooled from global dimming, except at the poles, where the albedo was lowered by soot. As clouds trapped the resulting heat, enormous swaths of permafrost melted, releasing methane captured in clathrate from previous millennia. This potent greenhouse gas created a runaway heat cycle that was called the nuclear summer. Without intervention, Tuchanka would have sunk into a slow but certain mass extinction. The Solarian solution was to assemble the Shroud, a permanent sun shield of trillions of tiny diffractory lenses placed at the L1 Lagrange point, the point in space where the lens's naturally stable orbit would shade the planet. The Solarians settled on a delivery method that became known as the Shroud Towers. The towers were essentially enormous coil guns that could fire a payload of lenses into space, along with the equipment necessary to monitor the payload's trajectories. Many Krogan warlords enthusiastically approved of the plan, some because they believed in saving their homeworld, but most because they saw future military applications for the Shroud Towers. The Shroud was completed on schedule over the next few decades, by which time the Rachni held the warlords' full attention. The Krogan rebellions were not kind to the Shroud Towers. All but one was destroyed during the push for Krogan demilitarization. The remaining tower, often referred to as the Shroud, even though it is technically incorrect, was repurposed for cloud seeding and atmospheric repair. It remains on the landscape as an anachronism, a symbol of a time when Krogan and Solarians helped to themselves by aiding one another. Awesome. Okay. No annoying radio voice narrator. Tuchanka. The Krogan homeworld boasts extreme temperatures, virulent diseases, and predatory fauna. Around 1900 BCE, the Krogan discovered atomic weapons and promptly sent their planet into a nuclear winter. The majority of the population retreated to underground bunkers, and Krogan culture slipped into a dark age dominated by tribal clans. In 80 CE, decades into the Rachni Wars, the Solarian Union made first contact with the primitive Krogan and initiated a cultural uplift to shape them into a modern army capable of confronting the Rachni. During this uplift, the Solarians constructed the Shroud facility on Tuchanka to shield the planet from harmful forms of solar radiation. Later, during the Krogan rebellions, reproductive rates were curtailed by the genophage, ensuring the Krogan remained a species in decline and Tuchanka a desolate wasteland. That's not true. They weren't a species in decline. From what I understand, the genophage just makes them reproduce at the rate of most of the species, right? Yeah. I wonder how the Rachni survived through the extinction then, with the Reapers. Did they not consider them spacefaring, or did they just try and manipulate them for their own purposes? I don't know. Interesting. Genophage cure. It may be possible to reverse the genophage by extracting an immunity from the genetic data of a cured Krogan female. A Solarian geneticist named Malin, a former student of Dr. Mordin Solus, discovered the cure through unethical experimentation on live subjects. The complexity and durability of the genophage derives from biochemical countermeasures that the Solarians wove into the plague in an attempt to make the sterilization incurable. No one is certain of how Malin circumvented the countermeasures, but his work was complete enough to allow replication of his results. In its original form, the cure restored fertility but severely compromised the immune system. This resulted in slow, painful death for all but one of Malin's test subjects. If the beneficial aspects of the cure can be isolated, a specially tailored virus could repair the affected genes in the other Krogan. I wonder how he'll be remembered if this works. Right? Okay, some more Reaper information. Oh, the Ravager. Yeah, the weird bulging Rachni cannon thing. Ravagers are former Rachni that the Reapers have transformed into heavy artillery through a process of implantation and genetic modification. As walking organic turrets, they can sustain and inflict considerable damage. Ravagers bear egg sacs that continuously spawn swarmers. If the sacs are destroyed, either during combat or upon the Ravager's death, their entire contents burst forth to charge the enemy and explode on contact. The dead Ravager expels a caustic gas and an acidic puddle. Alliance scientists have theorized that it's easiest for the Reapers to maintain control over units of Rachni genetic extraction because of the species' neurological predisposition for hive mind consensus. Yeah, they're a bit more susceptible. Okay, that's everything in the Codex. Okay, so what we'll do... Lots of upgrades incoming. Oh, those gauntlets. Never mind. So, what we can do is, I will travel to the Krogan DMZ. But we could do some scanning here first, and read the planet descriptions of the other place. Oh, I thought the Reapers would come here. Okay, guess not. I don't think this was under attack by the Reapers, right? Oh yeah, it is. Read the planets first, Matt. Damkiana. Damkiana, as the main source of helium-3 in the Maskim-Zul system, is orbited by abandoned recovery stations that the Rachni built during their days of conquest. Because the Rachni trusted in their high tolerance for radiation, the stations were poorly shielded against cosmic rays and have deteriorated over time. The Citadel species built their own stations during the Rachni War, several of which have been maintained to this day. Don't know what this thing is, I'll check it out. Swen. Swen is the Rachni homeworld, is tidally locked to the system's red dwarf. With one side constantly bombarded by the sun and the other completely frozen, life evolved in the Terminator, the perpetual twilight zone between Swen's two extremes. The Rachni mainly foraged underground. Swen's abundant subterranean rivers presented them with a place to thrive. Wrestling with the engineering problems of Swen's extreme surface environment may have given the Rachni their first insights into how to build interstellar spacecraft. Interesting. Swen was the site of the last battle in the Rachni Wars. When Krogan forces bombarded the planet, the Rachni abandoned their surface buildings for the security of their tunnels. The Krogan, resistant to Swen's toxic atmosphere, carried weapons of mass destruction into the secret chambers of the Rachni Queens and detonated explosions so powerful the sinkholes are still visible today. God, that's so tragic, man. Just hunted to extermination. But they were being manipulated, right, so... Kashaptu. Kashaptu is the first terrestrial planet the Rachni visited after achieving spaceflight. Yeah, it is weird that they survived. They must have discovered spaceflight in our cycle. Even though they were being used by the Protheans, they mustn't have... I don't know. That's a bit of a grey area, right? Although most of Kashaptu is composed of silicate minerals, the Rachni made an important discovery when they charted the Howling Gulf, an enormous crater near the planet's equator. The depression was caused by the impact of several dozen extrasolar asteroids containing large quantities of element zero. The Rachni took samples of the new element back to Swen for further study. Centuries later, when the Rachni captured the Citadel expedition that opened the relay to their system, their research on EZO helped them reverse engineer the ship's faster-than-light drives. The Rachni built faster-than-light vessels of their own and rapidly expanded beyond their own stars. Man, that's so cool. Have we got a little asteroid anywhere? Don't think so. What the hell is this? Listening Post X-19 was built shortly after the Rachni Wars, just in case any Rachni survived the annihilation of Swen. The post orbits the mass relay and is still manned and maintained, although today it largely exists as a customs checkpoint for researchers studying the Rachni homeworld. Among members of the Council militaries, being assigned to the station is seen as a form of punishment or exile, considering that there have been no signs of sapient life on Swen for over 1,000 years. Okay. Let's scan and then do one. Uh-oh. Come on, dude. Give me something.
Evasion successful.
Alright, we're off to the DMZ, man. With like 8 Reapers following us. Okay guys, I'm going to end the episode there. We'll do everything to do with the DMZ in the next episode, and we'll go and rescue this Turian platoon and Victus's son and see what the hell is going on there. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. Another episode on board the ship, but this is going to happen after missions, right? So yeah, let me know your thoughts, leave me a like if you enjoyed it, and just remember everyone, never trust an on-crate. I'll see you next time.